So you like mysteries, huh? Well, then you gotta go where the stuff that dreams are made of is kept, and that's audible.com. Go to audibletrial.com/IBRT for a free audiobook, from classic mysteries like Dashiell Hammett's The Maltese Falcon to thrillers of a contemporary cut like The Girl on the Train by best-selling author Paula Hawkins. Whether you like dead heiresses in the solarium or hot Tommy guns in the alley, Audible.com is your source for mystery. That's audibletrial.com/IBRT, because only a cheap gunsel would pass up a free audiobook, right? audibletrial.com/IBRT.
Following audio drama is rated PG for parental guidance.
Scoop Sisters Mysteries
on Icebox Radio.
Somewhere I have a list of all the things I wanted to do before I die. I made it back in high school when I was, well, a little more dramatic. I wanted to surf off Hawaii, see a glacier go through spring melt in Alaska. I wanted to run with the bulls in Pamplona and walk the streets of Paris during a spring rain. You know, all the usual junk. But very high on this list of mine. Okay, on the top of this list was the desire to leave home and never come back. It wasn't that I didn't like home, I just wanted to see other parts of the world. I mean, there's more to life than northern Minnesota.
Melody, your wheat germ's ready. Come and get it before the honey congeals.
Especially my part of northern Minnesota. That's my mom. Her real name's Marianne, but my entire childhood she changed her name every couple of years, along with her hair color, the decor of our house, the pets we kept, the people we kept, and the color of her 1967 Ford Falcon. The car never changed, just the color.
I like chartreuse.
That was 1980. I was in 4th grade and Mom was calling herself Sybil.
Not a good period for me.
When I was a sophomore, the Falcon was Kelly Green with apricot accents, and Mom was Sierra.
The mountains called to me.
From the pages of National Geographic. We don't have mountains in northern Minnesota.
We have hills and plenty of snow.
Which for my mom was always enough. She could always make mountains out of any hills we had at hand, and molehills out of the most intense problems. That was Mom. Adjust reality to fit your mood.
The universe is your mother,
she used to say.
And mother knows best.
I never did know what she meant by that exactly, but I heard her say it all the time. My mother and I, well, what can you say? My mother and I didn't always see eye to eye.
Oh, mothers and daughters.
The 60s and the 90s.
That too.
So after high school, I picked out a school of my choice.
Berkeley.
Not hers.
Oh.
And I went away. After college, there was marriage and a daughter of my own.
Hi.
Named after her grandmother.
Elsabeth.
No, Mary.
You're no fun at all.
It's okay, Grandma. I like my name.
And then one day, there wasn't a marriage anymore. Just me and Mary, and a pretty good job.
I hate to do it, Mel, but I need to make some cuts in administration this time or the union's going to throw a fit.
I understand.
You're the last one in the world I want to let go, but, well, look around. I mean, Parker married Mr. Regal's niece, and Mrs. Barker has been here for 50 years. She couldn't get a new job if she tried. The woman still uses an adding machine to do the payroll.
I know.
But you're young. You've got the degree and the computer skills. You'll get a new job and nothing flat. You're the strong one, Mel.
I'm the strong one.
You'll do fine.
I'll do fine. Except if I'm doing so darn fine, why am I running home to Mother? It's 4 a.m. in June. The sky is already turning blue. We're so far north. We're on Highway 71. Mary is asleep in the back, and me? I don't know what I'm doing. Not at all. Darn it!
Who's down there? I have a gun.
That's a laugh.
I have an attack dog. I have a very large boyfriend who... Melody?
Hi, Mom.
Melody! Oh, it's so good to see you. What on earth are you doing here, sweetheart? Oh, that's a stupid question. Welcome home.
Hi, Mom.
It's 5 in the morning.
It is 5 in the morning.
Mary?
Car, still sleeping.
We'll leave her then. Is everything...
Do you have any coffee? Very, very strong coffee?
Oh, dear.
Anyway, that's pretty much it. The severance package is good, I guess. It's just, what do I do now?
You'll do fine.
Everyone keeps saying that, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't even know where I'm going to live.
You're going to live right here.
Mom.
For now, anyway. Spring's here, the garden's coming in, and I'll need lots of help. In the evenings, we'll put on music and read. Well, the library's right across the street.
I don't know.
I'm not suggesting you drop out or anything. I'm just saying decompress for a while.
I appreciate it, Mom. It's just, I don't see the point. You know as well as I do. We'd be fighting.
No.
Inside of a week, it wouldn't work.
6 a.m.? Who's that?
Tell him to keep it down. He's going to wake Mary.
Jasmine, you in here?
Oh, no. Is it Thursday?
What is it?
I lost a day in there somewhere.
Jasmine, you in the kitchen? I really don't have a lot of... Oh, excuse me.
Melody, you remember Brian?
But, Mel? Gol-rammit, is that you?
What did he say?
Brian has a unique way of speaking. I'll explain later.
Where in the verse you been, Mel? I haven't seen you in years. It's Brian Miller. Yeah, you know, Mr. Schmidt's class. I cheated off of you. I got caught cheating off of you. Got expelled for cheating off of you. And Mr. Schmidt's...
Oh, right. Brian, how have you been?
Well, I was thinking of you.
Oh.
No, not like that. Well, look, what I mean is, I'm leaving town because of you.
Okay.
You know how we used to talk at school all the time about how we're going to leave town after graduation? And the rest of us said, yeah, we're going to do it and we're going to move on too?
Yes.
Well, I never did. I mean, we all graduated. I thought I'd work one more summer at the grocery store, and then one day I woke up and it was 19 years later. That's when I got to thinking about you. Melody, who said she was going to leave and then actually did it right after graduation. Zoom like a rocket.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so weird. I've been thinking about you, and here you are.
Here I am.
Back for a visit?
Yes.
Well, wish me luck. I got a job interview in the cities tomorrow.
Oh, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to work at a grocery store, but it's in Minneapolis, where there are conventions and other brown coats and independent movie theaters.
What is he talking about?
I only get about half of it, dear. I'll explain later. Brian?
Oh, gosh. Sorry, Jasmine. Here they are.
What's this thing?
It's called a flash drive. All the files are there.
But you said you were going to put things on a disk.
Oh, trust me, this is better. Simpler, too. Just plug it into a USB port, then drag and drop. And when you're done, you can use it over and over. Oh, and I left you a stack of back issues and the old photo files back on the porch.
What's going on?
Business transaction. I needed wheels. Jasmine needed a job.
What do you mean?
I don't know if this'll work, Brian.
Mom, what does he mean, wheels?
You know that old beat-up Ford Falcon your mom used to jam around in? That's my chariot to the core world, so to speak.
You're giving him the Falcon?
Selling.
For what?
The shopper.
The what?
The shopper. My mom's old newspaper. She moved to Tennessee last year, and I just don't have the heart for it. You know, business, advertising, classifieds, all that junk. It was fun at first.
Wait a minute. You sold Floyd the Falcon for a newspaper?
It's all right, Mel. I called Mom in Nashville. She okayed it.
Great.
Brian, this'll work fine. You'll find the keys on the kitchen counter. She needs gas, but I had the oil changed just last week. Oh, you will take care of her, won't you?
Oh, you bet, Jasmine. That car's going to be my serenity for a while. Even going to be sleeping in her till I find a place.
Well, then be careful.
Oh, sure, Jasmine. The flash drive has all the layout software, records, invoices, all that junk. Oh, and there's a list of the drop-offs, too.
Drop-offs?
Yep, you have to do your own distribution. All the businesses know I sold to you, so you won't have any trouble. Well, I'm headed south. Nice seeing you, Mel. Call me if you need anything, Jasmine. Stay shiny!
Mother?
Melody, don't.
A newspaper?
Have you ever seen one of these things before?
A newspaper?
It's not going to be anything if you can't tell me where to put this. What did he say it was?
It's a flash drive.
What does it flash?
My life before my eyes, apparently.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, sweetie.
We came to visit because we don't know what else to do.
Well, that's what home is for.
Scoop Sisters Mysteries will be back right after this.
It can be in the sound of the orchestra preparing, or in the sound of a sculptor working in stone, or even in the sound of laughter from inside a theater. It is the sound of art being created, and for over 3 decades, the sound of art being created has rung loud and clear in northeastern Minnesota. The Arrowhead Regional Arts Council has been encouraging local arts development in northeastern Minnesota through grants and services for over 35 years. Every year, they give out more than $500,000 to local artists and arts organizations, and that helps create $40 million in revenue and jobs created. To find out more about our arts programs or how you can get involved, visit aracouncil.org. The Arrowhead Regional Arts Council, where the arts flourish, you thrive.
So you just put it...
In the USB port. Yes, Mother. How many times do I need to tell you?
Well, there's no reason to get short. I'm just learning.
Then you should be sitting here doing all the typing instead of me. I can't believe the state this computer is in.
What do you mean?
Mother, you have 97 things on the desktop. Did you ever hear about file structure?
I like things to be where I can find them.
Well, I got the software installed anyway. It seems to work.
Ooh, is that it?
That's the newspaper, yeah.
I think it's cool.
Well, thank you, dear.
The financial records all seem to be on spreadsheets. Do you have a spreadsheet program?
Is that the green thingy with the numbers?
Yes, Mother.
Oh, good. I have that.
What's your first story going to be, Grandma?
Well, I hadn't thought about that. I guess I need to go report something now.
Can I work for you?
Mary.
I've always wanted to be a reporter.
Mary, I don't think we're going to be here that long.
Well, don't be too hasty. You said you wanted a job, didn't you?
Mom, this newspaper isn't going to be a job. It's going to be a pastime. Look, he brought in $500 last month.
$500? Oh, my.
And you have the upkeep on this place, along with utilities, food, gas.
No gas, remember? The Falcon is now Brian's serenity.
Whatever that means. Look, Mom, it's great you're looking for things to do.
This is not just a pastime. I have big plans for this little paper.
Why did you say it like that?
Say it like what?
Like you're about to say something that's going to make me wish I'd kept driving till I hit permafrost.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mother?
Oh, don't be angry.
What do I have to be angry about? Tell me.
Well, if you must know...
I must.
I've been doing plenty of research on newspapers, and I think I can turn this little shopper into a very fine weekly. We can subscribe to national features, get an alternative international news bent, set up a website.
Can I design that?
Well, I was going to hire a firm.
Don't say anything until you've seen some of the stuff that I've done. Shove over, Mom.
What's she done?
She's designed half a dozen sites for friends, school, stuff like that.
Why is this so slow?
I don't know. It's got all 56 thingies going.
56K? You have a 56K dial-up connection?
I know. I thought it might be too fast at first, too.
Mother, we have got to stay here and help Grandma with her newspaper.
Mary,
She kind of needs us, Mom.
I'm sure Grandmother can handle things herself.
Of course I can, dear. Well, I'd love to have you here and everything, but I do have some working capital for setting up email sites and things like that.
What do you mean, working capital?
$10,000.
You have $10,000?
Of course.
Where did you get $10,000?
A wonderful opportunity. This mortgage company contacted me, and before
Contacted you how?
an email. I just had to send them some information.
Mother, you got a mortgage through a spam ad?
Oh, this is the 21st century, dear. I'm not limited to the corner bank anymore. And besides, this bank is the second largest lending company in Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
Yes. I think I might have lost some in the translation from euros to dollars, but it's kind of exotic, don't you think?
Oh, Mother. Have you got the money?
Of course. I put the check in the bank yesterday.
Then what are you paying for interest and finance charges?
I don't know. It's in the paperwork there somewhere.
The paperwork. You mean this stack?
That's right.
I thought that was a phone book.
Mother,
Mom, my pages, they're not loading.
they're probably afraid to come into this house.
You worry too much, dear. The universe is your mother, and mother knows best.
Oh, my page loaded.
Oh, that's lovely, dear. What is it?
It's a blog from my friend Cindy. She feels the world conspiring against her, so she goes online and then she writes about it.
Cindy, I know how you feel.
Oh, dear.
Don't talk to me, please, Mom. It's giving me a headache.
You know, I think you're overreacting.
You signed off your house at 35%.
It's not that bad.
You sold your car for a newspaper, for a shopper. Do you know what this thing is worth?
500 smackers a month, and that ain't hay.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. I have been watching the classic movie channel a lot lately.
Did you think $500 a month is a lot of money?
Well, not exactly. But there's my Social Security, what I make from the jewelry business in the summer, an occasional house cleaning job.
A what?
The house cleaning job. Remember Mrs. Barturk, the nice lady that used to run the kitchen in the old junior high school?
Uh-huh.
And then became embittered and nasty when they closed down the junior high school? Well, she sued the school district and started a cleaning company with the settlement.
You're a maid.
It's good, honest work.
I had no idea you were cleaning houses.
And I had no idea you were such an elitist. Anyway, dear, the point is I'm doing fine. And now that I have the newspaper, I'll be doing even better. I'm thinking of changing the name.
I don't think newspapers are a really good way to make a living, especially with these payments.
How about the uppercase? Air of class, don't you think?
And I don't think that there's that many advertisers available in town. $500 a month may be all you can make.
On the other hand, I saw a little shopper once called the Nutshell. That's nice and homey.
It would have been okay if you hadn't have mortgaged the house.
I've got it. We'll combine the names. How about the Nutcase?
The what?
The Nutcase. You know, show we have a sense of humor about ourselves.
Fine. Call the paper whatever you want. I just don't want you to get your hopes up. I doubt anyone is really going to care about this, Mom. What is that?
What scared me to death?
What was that?
Nothing, honey. I think a truck must have thrown a rock through the window.
Well, something threw it through the window, but it wasn't a truck.
Mother, stop being paranoid. The 60s are over.
But, Mom, Look,
Careful, honey.
there's a note attached.
A note attached to a rock?
Mary, put it down right now.
Let's read it.
Mother, no. Don't touch it. Leave it for the police.
That rock came through my window. I can read it if I want.
Why would anyone do this?
Well, I'm sure I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
Do you have any enemies?
Well, you just never know, do you?
Mom, that's not funny.
Oh, I agree.
You should not read that note.
Well, I'm sure the police won't care if I read it. I just won't handle it very much.
Mom, you should not read that note. Well, are you going to read it?
Dear,
What?
the tone of this note isn't nice at all.
Mom, what does it say?
All right, all right. It says, I know what you're up to, and you won't get away with it because you're a... Oh, and then it goes on for a while.
Wow.
Oh, no, he doesn't appear to like me at all. Terrible speller, though. Well, that word's spelled with a C, not a K.
There are threats?
Yeah, a whole page of them.
I don't want you reading that note, Mary.
Oh, Mom, we talk worse than this getting ready for phys ed. But I've never heard that word before.
Mary.
What's it mean, Grandma?
Mary!
Fine, fine.
Mother, we have to turn that over to the police.
Well, who'd be threatening me? And why? I never did anything to anybody. Recently.
Hey, look.
Mary, I don't want you reading that.
Oh, loosen up, Melody. What is it, dear?
In the middle of all the, well, creative stuff.
Yes?
Right there. The Anderson family has suffered enough. If you print a single word about them, and then it goes on again.
Of course, the newspaper.
What?
There's something about the Andersons out there, and somebody doesn't want me to print it.
What Andersons?
I don't know. We have about a page of them in the phone book. This must have been something Brian was working on. Mary, dear, would you help me with the computer?
We're going to read all the files?
Every last one.
What about the police?
Ooh, good point. Don't call them.
What?
They'll probably confiscate everything in the name of national security. We'll keep the cops out of the loop as long as possible. Good thinking, Mel. Well, this is discouraging.
Do you want the rest of them on hard copy, too?
Oh, I don't think so, dear. I'm not sure there's anything Brian published that was the least bit offensive to anyone. And there's too many references to Andersons to count.
Here's a letter to the editor complaining he spelt someone's name wrong.
Oh, there's plenty of those. From now on, everything gets spelled right.
Okay. Grandma?
Yes, sweetie.
Are Mom and I gonna stay, do you think?
Well, that's up to you two, I suppose.
Well, I know, but do you think?
Well, your mother never stood still for very long. And everything in this town has stood still for 50 years. Besides, she needs a job.
You could hire her.
She needs a paying job.
I won't eat. I'll do chores.
Oh, sweetie, I love you. But you've only been here half a day, and you've already talked me into spending $50 extra a month on a faster internet connection. I cringe to think what you'd do if I gave you a month. Look, this is up to your mother, and I can't see her settling here anytime soon.
Thought it was in here. I knew it was.
Mom?
Yeah?
Are you okay?
There was a picture I found back in the files.
What files?
The shopper's photo files. I was thinking about that rock.
Wait a minute. You were looking through the files?
I meant to get a glass of water in the kitchen, and that file was sitting there on the counter. I guess I opened it.
Oh, I thought my attention span was bad.
Mother, look at this. Isn't this Mr. Anderson?
Sure it is. Did Brian run that picture? Oh, run. Listen to me. I sound like a publisher.
Does Mr. Anderson still own the Shop and Save?
Well, I think so, but he's been retired for years. That's his grandson in the picture with him.
That's Kyle?
Who's Kyle? Let me see.
Mr. Anderson's grandson. I worked with him at the Shop and Save in high school.
Kyle's cute.
Gunner. Gunner's cute.
You think Gunner is cute?
No, but Mary does.
Wait, who's Gunner?
That boy in the picture.
I thought that was Kyle.
No, Kyle's 10 years older. That picture was taken last year.
How do you know that?
The little time code printed in the corner.
Who's Gunner?
The boy in the picture, dear.
But I thought that was Kyle.
No, Kyle's in another picture. Or maybe not. Oh, he must have been photographed at some time.
Mother, you are really confusing us.
It's simple. I told you the boy in the picture was Ivan's grandson, and you mistakenly thought I meant Kyle, but I meant his other grandson.
Gunnar?
That's right, Gunnar.
You mean the kid that was in and out of juvie?
That's the one.
So, the guy in the picture is Gunnar?
Yes, dear.
Oh, he's not as cute as Kyle.
Yes, dear.
What's Gunnar doing now?
Pretty much what he's always done, getting into trouble.
That's a shame.
He was always Ivan's favorite, though. I wonder why the newspaper would have this picture.
Well, the fish, probably. Don't newspapers print pictures of people holding up fish?
Well, I certainly will. Oh, look how happy they are.
Mom, do Andersons still live over on Pine Street?
As far as I know.
Do you think I could go talk to him? I worked with him for 4 years. He'd probably remember me. Or his wife would.
Well, he remarried a few years ago, and the rumor is he's in early-stage Alzheimer's. Why do you want to see him, dear?
Well, just curious, I guess. Phone book in the same place?
They're in the kitchen. Mary.
Yeah, Grandma.
Don't look now, but your chances of sticking around for a while just went way up.
Why?
Well, Mary, you might not know this, but when your mom was little, she read every Nancy Drew, every Trixie Belden, and every Hardy Boys she could lay her hands on. Your mother, my dear, cannot resist a mystery.
And this is a mystery?
Well, a rock through the window isn't the same as a dead ambassador on the veranda, but it's a start.
You have been listening to The Scoop Sisters, in color. Our stars this evening were Jeffrey Adams as Brian, Melissa Fletcher as Mary, Victoria Olsen played Jasmine, and Karen Schickel was Mel. This program is copyright 2008 by the Icebox Radio Theater. All rights reserved.